or just a lost cause. Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Maybe I should log off, go outside, breathe the air, see the sunrise. But the market waits, it never sleeps, and I'm addicted to the chase, the secret it keeps. What if I win? What if I lose? Does it matter if no one's here to choose? I guess I'll stay in this digital cage, trading my days, page after page. Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Screen fades to black, I close my eyes. Tomorrow's a new chart, a new disguise. Lonely days, but I'll wake up again. Cause in the end, the market's my only friend. Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone.
Just getting a few things set up here. All right. Let's see. There it goes. All right. There we go. Just make sure everything's working correctly. Don't want to get started, then stuff goes awry. I don't know, guys. Do you feel like we chop around this morning for the NVIDIA numbers today, or do we get a nice big movement in the opposite direction for them to bring down the NVIDIA prices for us just to pop? So, man, I got a headache this morning. Like I said, not going to be in a real big hurry this week. I mean, I feel like we've had a fairly decent week so far. And I'm not sure. Fish Lips, do you remember what kind of price action that we usually get before NVIDIA numbers? I can't remember. I can't remember if it's like a choppy type deal or if it's one of those deals where NVIDIA brings down the market just to, whatever, to bring down price to buy it cheaper to shoot back up. Wasn't sure. I would think with NVIDIA numbers, such it has a huge impact on the market, that it could just be kind of choppy this morning. Good old NVIDIA. If you're looking for, you think volatility will be crazy today? Okay. I'm kind of feeling a move to the downside first thing this morning. If you look at the hourly candles, we got a really nice big trend line. Look at low, 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 low. Then if this candle right here doesn't print in the next 30 minutes below this candle, we could have a nice little trend line breakout this morning, back down to like the 25,080s where the previous day high was, or even a push down to the midnight opening candle. But you can see there's like tons of support, but I feel like we're going to bounce here first at that midnight opening at the 25,080s. Or it could be one of these deals where we push straight back down. It's kind of like one of those manipulation type moves where we go down, we hit the 25,100 where all these wicks are at, then just go straight up. So every day's a little different, guys. Every day's a little different. Let's see her. Say her. Fish Lips, I had to send Bulenox a ticket this morning because that my money is still in my account. So I don't know, either I got the request in too late, or I possibly filled something wrong out on the paperwork. So unfortunately, might have to wait another week before we start trading that funded account again. A lot of equal lows to the downside. 6-2. That would be an insane sell-off for the good old NVIDIA to just jack it back up 200 points. I'm thinking about full sending a Bewley account this evening. We may only do one, though. I don't know if I want to. I got two, but I think I'm going to use one for trading, and the other one I may full send. Put a little bit in the pot there for those NVIDIA blast. Dude, besides that one trade that I got trapped in last night, we had a pretty good nighttime session. I think we were up like $400 last night in the nighttime session. Actually, no, if you add both counts together, we were actually up almost almost $800 between our two evals last night in the overnight session. That was from one gold trade, dude. I went in on one. I did that methodical man trade that he's been doing a lot on gold. I went in with one mini. Yeah, I submitted that. I don't know. I sent him a little help ticket a while ago, and I'll see what they say. Maybe it didn't get processed in time or something. Because I did do it late Friday evening. I don't know. We'll find out. If not, whatever it is, we can wait till next Wednesday if we have to. I was just looking forward to start trading that after the money got taken out, because I got one more Bewley account that's about $1,000 away from payout, and I kind of was hoping I could work on those together. So today we're definitely going to, I feel like I'm going to approach with caution today. It's just, we have NVIDIA numbers. I'm not sure how long we're going to stream this morning, because we're going to be back for the evening stream today, because we're going to get on here and stream the whatchamacallit, the NVIDIA numbers. You would think as long as they've had my affiliate information, I wouldn't have to do all that stuff. Dude, I got like a pounding headache this morning. I don't know if I'm having like sugar withdrawals, because we've been trying to like do like basically not a no carb diet, but pretty much cut all carbs out of our diet the last few days. Oof. So I have a pounding headache this morning. So this 73 level that you see marked out here, that is a pivot. So I'm hoping it's not another morning like yesterday where we are traded out of that 15 minutes really deep. It made the yesterday's price action really tough to trade that opening range trade. The opening range trade was a horrible yesterday to try to trade. Oh, okay. Yeah, I sent him a little help ticket this morning, so hopefully they'll get back to me and I'll know. That way, if I did something wrong, they'll let me know. This morning, I'm not really sure. I would prefer to look for shorts, honestly, because I feel like we have a nice 1 hour trend line all the way back up here, and to trade back into the 4 hour candles down to the 25,000, 25,080, 90 area. I mean, you can see we have a massive 5-minute trend line breakup here. And what sucks, man, we could break out in the next few minutes and it'll make it just a little nastier for the opening. I feel like we're going to run some of these previous hourly candles or even the low of this 4-hour candle. The low's all the way back down at the previous day close. And you got your midnight opening candle sitting down there at 20,050. See, we're already kind of breaking. So if we trade outside of the 15 minutes, what we would have to do is you would want to see a pullback into the 15 minutes, then look for the shorts. But I would need at least 15 points before we get to the 25, because I don't want to withstand that 25 bounce or even the 10 bounce. The safest entry, if I'm going to take the short, is the pullback and to take it right above the 40 level. It says I want to go live, but I need more followers. I'm not sure how many followers you need to go live. I think it's only like, what, 600 to 1,000 to go live? No, here we go. We're already dumping out of our 15 minutes. Come on. Don't make today's process even more difficult. Shoot. Got to double check my accounts because you got to make sure I'm on the right accounts. Oh, damn it. So that would have been a, what, 25 bounce? Not quite the 25, but pretty close. This is what we're talking about. Anywhere we get near that 25, you could bounce. We got about 10 more minutes for the market opens. So this is the kind of like play we kind of look for at the opening. You get a high, kind of make a newer low, the pullback, say up to the 60s, the 70s right here. I would like for us to just kind of slowly move back up here, then possibly look for the sell down this morning. This candle is what? Roughly about 30 points, so you can get away with a 15-point stop loss this morning. If you took the trade at 45, if we push up, sell back through, so 45 would be your entry, and your stop loss would have to be at about 62. So, fairly small stop loss today. Kind of making another little retest of the trend line. I mean, you can see this big old massive trend line that we have on the 5 minutes. So you break the trend line. This is kind of like a retest of the trend line. Then you would think that we would continue down. Thank you guys for the likes and follows. All right. About 7 minutes left. So if this pulls back up into the 60s up here and holds, we're going to be looking for shorts. But if it blasts us through this 50% out the top, we're going to look for longs. We just gotta have this next 5-minute candle just kind of hover. This is the 50% line right there at the 60. So like I said, if I take my entry at 45, depending on this next 5-minute candle, my stop loss would go to 45 on the shorts. I mean 60 on the stop loss. All right. Now, if we start kind of getting above the 50% mark, that's where it start getting a little bit on the iffy side. Really want to see this candle kind of consolidate right here for the next 5 minutes. I don't want to see this candle break back out of the bottom here. Because if it does, there's no, I can't take the entry. So if it breaks back below 45 before the market opens, we can't take it. No, we don't want to see you go now. Come on. No, it's going to go before the market opens. Come on, stay up there. We need this candle to consolidate, then blast at opening. For some reason, my timer, I need my timer on my, it's not on there. Let me see if I can get my little countdown. All right. We put our little timer on. We got 3 minutes left. Mm. Two minutes. Like I said, I'm liking the shorts this morning. I don't know how far we get the push down, but I do like the kind of the shorts. I feel like we possibly take out the retest at 25,100. All right, we're about to get that 50% pullback here. Here's the 50% touch at the 60. Now, if we start losing this, it gets on the iffy side, guys. That's your 50% touch. That's what we need to hold up right there. All right, down to the last minute here. Let's see what we got. 50 seconds. Ah. $30 seconds. Like I said, it gets iffy if we break back above that 50% mark. Could go straight up. Now, this will be a one trade and done. If it's a loser, it's a loser. We put it away for the day and just live with the red day. 5 seconds. 1 second. Oh, looks like we're going out the top. All right. Kind of busted out that pivot there. All right, so we didn't get the short this morning. Now, this may be a manipulation. We kind of need to see a pullback into like the 70 area to hold. Wow, just a straight up candle this morning. Don't get these a whole bunch. So we'll just have to wait for our next 5-minute candle to print and see what happens with it. Yeah, almost 100 points up. What? About a little under 20 points. That was almost an 80-point blast. Like I said, there's not really anything we can do here, but just kind of be patient and wait for the next candle. We got the next pivot all the way up there at 300. Just be careful jumping into these like at the top here because it could wick all the way back down. What's up, Eugene? How are you doing today? We still got 2 minutes left on this candle here for the 5-minute print. And this could be a manipulation candle, or it could be one of these days we just go straight up all day. We do have NVIDIA numbers this evening. But I still feel like we need a retest of the 73s. Still looking pretty bullish here. Dude, holy goodness, man. $40 seconds left. So what, 327 could possibly be a target up there. I hate when the wick pulls back this deep. I'm not a big fan whenever the wick does this. $10 seconds. Like I said, I'm not a fan of this. I feel like you get trapped whenever taking trades like this with the big wicks. So we're staying away from, like I said, this is the type of candle you get trapped in. We've seen that move one too many times. Stop loss had to be at 18. And this candle could sit here and just kind of consolidate, and it'll be the next candle to break out. Like I said, I've taken these type of trades before, and most of the time I usually get trapped in a bad trade if I try to take this. Anytime your wick is more than like 20, almost 30% pullback, it just seems like I just get wrecked whenever I try those. So we're just going to have to wait for some kind of normal pullback here. I'd like to see a retest of the 173s. Look at her coming back. I'm glad we stayed away from this one. Like I said, just from in the past, anytime you see a big wick on your 5 minute like that, that just means that the bears and bulls are battling. So it's just best to stay away from those candles. Even if it works out, sometimes it's just best to stay away. Now, you probably could have got your 10 points, but I'm looking for 15 and runner. I'm looking for about 30 points total. We're about to have a new candle here. Now, if this next candle prints and it cannot push the low of this candle, that might be a good opportunity to go long if it can't break it. "17 seconds left on this candle. But I feel like the bulls are a little exhausted. They got to have that pullback. The bears need to take back over, get the pullback into the 25,200 here. Let's see here. Was that a 50% pullback? Is there anybody in a trade right now? Is everybody just sitting on the sideline? We're already up 100 points, guys, from that opening trade out of that 15 minutes. How's it going for you, Fish Lips? Are you still able to trade level to level, or are you in any kind of position right now? Like I said, these are super hard entries because you don't want to get into an entry first thing in the morning what, 10 minutes after the market opened, and we're just, we get that one big move and the rest of the candles are just kind of like a grind. You're not getting that, like that Floyd where it's just, constantly just going through the levels. Now we're just kind of basically just chopping. And you just don't want to get caught on the wrong end of this chopping back and forth. And so we're just kind of playing it safe. If I had to pick a level for us to go to, it's probably going to be that 324, 325. Yeah, we're trading the micros of the NASDAQ. Now, if we can get the hit up here around, say, the 90 to the 300, then get the pullback, might be able to look for entry going back up to the top here. Remember, I never buy into the 90 into 100 level. So you're always going to run into some kind of resistance between the 80s and 300. We're about to have a new 5-minute candle. Wow. Boy, it's just zooming. Here's your 300. Be careful along and above the whole number here. We could get resistance at the 20. Kind of wondering if we get stuck here at this next pivot at the 20. You can see it struggling to push up there. Oh, it's trying to get through. Just got the 10 points. I'm still going to look for a short if we stay below the 20. What it is, there's a pivot there. So either we need to print above that pivot or we need to stay below the pivot. We're still on the struggle bus of kind of staying up there. You can see it's still just kind of struggling to push through. Either that or we can take the long above the pivot possibly. If you can kind of hit it, then do a little wick into it. $20 seconds left. Fish Lips, you take the short off the 25. Still on the struggle bus of moving higher here. Looks like the ES is going to hold the pivot, guys. That pivot's at 23, 21. 21. There's just one of these days we're going straight to the moon. Yeah, we're just on a bullish train, man. No pullbacks at all. Solo, how about you? Have you been on the train to the top side? Oh, the NASDAQ's been making up for the snow. That's pretty good. We're going to keep a very, very tight stop loss on this. We're just trying to short right below that pivot, right below 25, looking to see if we get the pullback into the 280s to 800s or 300s. I'm sorry. All right, this shit's not coming back down. Yeah. Trying to short the pivot, methodical. Sell around the 25,400. How are you doing today, Dub? Guys, something I missed down here a while ago whenever we were looking at this situation. I guess I wasn't paying attention that we were sitting on top of the 4-hour candle. Yeah, I heard him. He was we were trying to short off that pivot sitting at the 320s. That's why we were staying right below the 20s. We were seeing if we could get the pullback back into the 280s to retest this wick to fill in this gap, or even the 300. The 23% is back at the 300. All right, we're just going to leave it be. Since we're not going to take it, it'll probably sell all the way down to the 280. We were just looking for 10 points on there, Ricky. We know we weren't expecting a lot. We were just looking for a 300 retest. That's okay. I mean, maybe we can look for the longs here. I'm probably going to take this off the Rico candle. Oh, you dirty. And that would be your 50 hit. What's up? Hello, Keely. How are you doing? Hello, Kitty. Right now, we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines. We really haven't taken anything this morning. We've just been going straight up. So it's been just kind of hard to enter in this going straight up. I just don't want to get caught on the wrong side of this if it dumps. I'm thinking if we get back above the 50, we may make a quick push up to the 75. New 5-minute candle. We either need like some kind of like bull flag, or so basically where we print 2 or 3 red candles and just look for a breakout to the upside. I mean, all green 5-minute. It's just like, there's just nothing we can do here. This is just one of these situations where you just have to sit here and just watch. How's the rest of you guys doing? Is anybody in a position right now? Is everybody sitting on the sideline? What's up, trading? How are you doing today? Volume's very low. Yeah, we may be waiting for the NVIDIA numbers this evening. Like I said, I'm not going to be in a super big hurry. We're going to try to find one more 10-point trade with a runner with our fundeds. Then we'll switch over to eval. Okay, so you're waiting on a retest of the VWAP. We're just kind of just waiting for some kind of pullback or flag setup, or maybe a sell back below the 20 level, or all we can do is just sit here and watch, man. We're just kind of just going straight up. And I just don't want to get caught in a candle that try to go long and that crap just goes straight back down. Now, that'd be nice if we do get the pullback back into that opening range. But I don't know if we get a pullback that far. Right now, our 50% is sitting at 240. You're looking for a 310 pullback? That wouldn't be too bad either. A pullback back into the whole number. Or even a pullback back into the Okay, server, you're short. Well, at least we're getting some red candles now. This thing just been a straight up green at the green. SMT at highs. I'm going to wait and see what happens at the 20 level first, server. Here's our pivot level. Then we got another level sitting at 17. So even this is a iffy area. Just lost the pivot. Nice on your short, server, at the 240. Nice. We're just kind of at that pivot area. So this is why we're just trying to stay away from it. Then we could easily sell down to the 91s here too. That's your 50 EMA on the Rico candles. All right, new 5-minute candle. Might get a Nice little flag set up here on the 5 minutes for that push back up to 400. You're about to have a new 5-minute candle in 15 seconds. Oh, the RSS was sitting at 88. Nice. We're just looking for one more trade, guys. Like I said, I'm in no big hurry. We just need a 10-point trade with the runner. Is that your 300 tests? $301. And it can easily pull back to the 92s here. So if you're long, just be aware that we can hit those 92s before we move back up. Dude, sometimes it's okay just go and just take profit. Get that third red candle here on the 5 minutes. Could possibly be a nice breakout coming. Need another red candle and kind of get back above the 20, get back above that pivot. Dude, I have such a pounding headache today. Woof. Did you end up taking that 310 long solo? Ooh, this volume is very low. About to have a new 5-minute candle. This is the one we need to see to break back up to the upside on this fourth candle. Looking for us to kind of close above the 30 here. All right, here comes the 92. That's the 50 EMA on my Rico candles. Not the market to be in. Yeah, it's like grinding slower and slower. Oh, that pivot area at the 21. Like I said, I just couldn't short it this second time back around. We're trading the MNQ Shimex. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, sir. Or ma'am. Thank you, server. Congratulations on your nice little win there. Thanks, Cox. Headphones wire was caught here. That was returned back to the VA. Let's see what happens. What does the VA stand for? Trading with Jack. Or maybe I just don't. Oh, VWAP. Okay. Good old VWAP. I haven't used the good old VWAP in a minute. Dude, we're just grinding lower and lower. There's no breakouts or anything, so there's not really a lot for us to do. Really need to see us push for longs. We need to get back above the 20s. Sounds good, server. We're also going to be here for Power Hour today, too. We're going to be on here watching the NVIDIA numbers. We're thinking about possibly full sending one of Beulah Knox's 90% accounts. Oh, man. Dude, I woke up like the worst headache today. And I don't usually ever get headaches. Excuse me. New 5-minute candle again. Dude. Ooh. We lose that 84. We could have another dump down. This is where you really need to see hold for the longs. And it seems like even if you do get in this price action, it's just going to be like a slow grind, like going to be sitting in here for like 5 or 10 minutes just trying to get a few points. The 50% of the total leg pullbacks all the way down at 40. It's like I want to take this, but man, there's just no volume. I feel like I just get trapped. What's up, Lobo? How are you doing? I don't know. I almost liking the shorts for us to move back down. $25,292. See if we can get a 10-point short down here. This way, if it doesn't break back below the unless we can get back above the 20. I mean, that's really my kind of long bias, is back above that 20 level. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle. Fish Lips, what about your 25,292? All right, new 5-minute candle here. Like I said, we have to get through the 20s. I want to see something back above the 320s. Oh, dirty old pivot right there, guys. I just feel like even jumping in, man, it's like the volume is so low, just getting 10 points would just be insane. All right, finally getting above that level. $20 will be my line in the sand. If we can't hold 20, we'll close our trade. Because I don't want to stay in this for it to pull back. All right. There's the 2010. Just waiting for us to get back above that 20 level. The 20 was the safer of that move. This will be the last trade on the funded account. We're looking for 30 points, so basically 55 will be our last take profit on the runner. And this thing could, like I said, it just has not got good follow through today. So I mean, we can easily come back and retest the 25s and even the 20s here. Come on, push. About to have a new 5-minute candle too. Damn it. We don't want a new 5-minute candle. We like seeing this 5-minute candle push because the pullback could get you. Come on. No. Oh, that was dirty. All right, another retest of that pivot. Let's see if we bounce back up here. We'll try one more long here and see if this can pop to run those highs. If not, we'll just be back to break even, guys. Oh well. That was the last trade on the funded for the day. We thought we can maybe get 10 more points. You still may, but we're just being cautious because that was our third trade on the funded. So, all right, let me find an eval to trade. I'd like to find a trade on the elusive account if we can. Still liking the longs here. This candle should print right about what, the 40s? Not this one, Rico candle. We got the highs setting up at 60, so you got about 10 points. You just need about 10 points before those highs. Unfortunately, we're only going to end up $60 today. So not a very big day, but at least it's not, I guess, red. I know. I'd rather hold on to my $60. That just means we're only $1,180 away from payout. So just glad we got out of that. This thing's just trapping people. Good save, guys. Glad we have our 60 bucks. Be caught in this garbage pullback. Woof. Woof. Could have been disastrous. The 60 bucks is looking pretty good now, methodical. Oh, is that an order block too? No, we need a third candle, don't we? Like I said, we still haven't pulled back 50%, and that's down there at the 40s. Uh-oh. Going to be looking for a 75 push here. Like I said, we just don't want to get caught in a pullback here if this pulls back and holds. And we're playing this off our Rico candles. I know it looks a little weird on the 5 minutes, guys, but we got our order setting on Rico candles. We got 85 there. That sucks. Well, that'd be the second hit on 85, so it may make it through. Yeah, we're on the 5 minute charts. But this is a eval that we're taking on Rico candles. In this way, if we're not going to be moving back down, we're just moving back up and we won't get tagged in here. Guys, we are on eval now, so we're kind of stepping away from the fundeds for right now. Now, if this pulls back up and creates a big green candle, that would create a order block of those equal highs, and that would be a really nice entry long here. And you got not quite equal highs, but fairly close sitting up here. So what we were targeting to the downside was 50% of the move back to the downside at 240s. All right, let's see who wins the battle of this candle here. Yeah. I'm going to take that off since it's a new 5-minute candle. Man, I almost feel like I'm trading the Tokyo session where we're just kind of just bouncing back and forth, where it just makes the entry so tough. Is there anybody in a position right now that is going up? 63 George. I would prefer to go back up. I wouldn't mind seeing us rerun these back above the 20s. I would prefer to take longs above 20s than I would to short below the 20s. I knew the price action was going to be kind of tough today. I'm pretty sure I think Nvidia is just making the market chop today. Well, you know, after this first initial move. I want to say 09 right here. That's back to your 21. So just be careful here. If you're trying to get long above 09, you almost need to see us print above that 09 area. Today's kind of turning into a survival day. Just try to survive the day without messing up anything. Sorry, guys, if I miss some messages. Sometimes I get kind of focused on the charts and I don't see your message. So if you put a message in and overlooked it, sorry. Big yellow candle. Come on. Who's going to win the battle? Man, the Bulls and Bears are just battling it out right now, guys. So I don't like the longs unless we back above 20 here. So I'm not going to take any trades leading into that 20 just because there's a pivot sitting there. So we got to kind of get back above 20 for longs. Wow, another 5-minute candle. Man, it's just turning into ugliness. Everybody's sitting on the line waiting for, on the sidelines waiting for NVIDIA numbers this evening. Oh, goodness. How's everybody else doing today? Is anybody trapped in a longer short and over leveraged? Come on, let's break them 20s. See that. Just step away from the mouse, guys. There's no entry. So we're just going to be just chilling on the sideline. We either need to break back below like the 90 area, or we need to get, actually you need to actually break the 85. If you can break the 85, I like the shorts. I like longs if we can break back above the 320s. So, whew. It's just, oh, the volume is so low. Yeah. Man, if you're a volume trader or breakout trader, this is definitely not your type of price action. And a lot of days I like the breakout trades where we're just really quick movements. The market's pushing 30, 40, 50 points at a time. But this type of price action, all I can do is just sit on the sideline. We had that one good move this morning straight up, and we had nowhere to jump into it. Excuse me. Solo, did you get the win while ago on your 310 hit? Uh-oh. Nautical Man's talking about shorting it. It's hard for me to short unless we, like I said, need to get back below that 85. Or even a safer move would hit the 75, bounce back up, hit the 300, then short the yep, so 85. Because it could hit that 85 again and just reject 85, 84. All right, so far we're only up 64 bucks on the fundeds. So we were about 80 bucks, but we risked 10, 20 bucks on that a while ago. These trades right here were from last night. So had a really good session in the nighttime, but no trades today so far with those funded accounts. We're trying to find one of our elusive trades if we can. Just trying to find like a quick 10 points and a runner with the elusive account. Like I said, you got to get through the 85s here for us to continue down. I'm hoping that's just not another hit on the 85. Man, I'm going to wait, actually. I'm going to wait and see if we get through the 85s, because that 85 is a level that we have to get through. And we could bounce there, and I don't want to sit through a bounce. Look at that. There's the 85 bounce. So maybe the next time down that'll get us through. Woo! Told you. 85. You got to be careful with the 85. It's going good, man. We're just watching chop, basically. We're just kind of just chopping around after that big initial move, and we missed the whole move up because we missed the breakout, so all we can do is sit there and watch. And all we're doing now is just kind of just chopping around in a range. We're kind of stuck between 85 and 20 for most part. We're only up 60 bucks on the funded today, so not a lot on the funded, but it is green, so we'll probably just leave it there. This is NVIDIA day, so got NVIDIA earnings coming out after the close today. So it could be one of these deals where the NVIDIA market, the NVIDIA keeps it chopping the rest of the day. All right, we're about to print. Do we break it? Here's that 85. We're waiting for the 75 to kind of hit. There's your 75. So we're going to try it now since we hit the 75. Now this could pull all the way back up to the 300s here. Give up the booty, 75. Don't really want to see us reclaim that 85 because that 85 is kind of my short area. Damn it. Like I said, do not want to see us reclaim that 85. We lose 85, it should go. All right, there's the lost the 85. I'm looking for 50. Get out of here. No. What are we bouncing off of here? We should get the push to the 55, 57s here. We're going to target the 55s. Where's the 5-minute EMA? I don't even have that on my charts right now. Is that where we're hitting right now, Bay? Okay. Bay said we're hitting that 21 EMA, so we could get a pop back up here. Where's the 9 EMA? Do you got a 9 EMA on your charts? Runner got stopped out. I still like the push back down as long as 85 holds. There's a retest of the 85s. And we'll just have a 10-point stop loss because back above 85s would be long bias for me. That was a retest of the 85s. So, like I said, we'll just be in this for 10 points. If it recovers the 85, we'll take the short off. Ooh. How much time we got left on this candle? 1 minute. Okay. Let me reclaim that 85. Hmm. Yeah, it really needs to get it back above that 20 level solo. I think if you get above that 20, you should be able to get up there. I just need to send an email real quick, guys. Sorry, guys. Just trying to send an email real quick. You up $1,000 for this session? Dude, that's good, man. This session's been tough. Mm. Hopefully, most of you guys aren't getting chopped up here. Give me a minute, guys. I'll tell you what I'm doing. Like I said, I have to. Okay. I figured out what I did wrong on that. I knew that was kind of a possibility of fish lips. Basically, what it is, I put my main email in there that I'm used to using all the time, and I had used a different email to log on with my Bulanox account. Like I requested a payout from Bulanox last Friday, and I used the wrong email. So might have to wait till next week, probably. All right. Dude, this is taking way too long. I think NVIDIA is just going to chop this crap around. Oh, yeah. So, I have my main email that I use all the time, Solo. But my Bulanox account, I guess I used the email several years ago that I have it, but I don't really use it. And I just have a habit of just putting in my same email I use all the time. So when I was requesting my payout Friday, I put in the email that I'm used to just using all the time. And so I don't think they're going to do my payout this week because I used the wrong email because they sent me a message because my email that I sent, because I set up a Bulanox account a long time ago with that email and I just totally forgot about it. And they were just sending me an email asking me if it was the same person. Yeah, it's okay. As long as I don't make mistakes and select the wrong account, and I may have to take an in and out trade tomorrow just so that, Bulanox with their 7-day inactive thing doesn't try to kick in on it. So, yeah, if I have to submit another one, that'll be fine. I'll just submit it and make sure I put in the right email. I knew that was a possibility when I was iffy about it when I saw it, because you get this little thing that says, please check everything. Then I got thinking, it's like, man, did I use the right email? But I was like, well, maybe it doesn't matter, but I guess it does. Because both emails are still listed under my Bewley accounts as the same name and address and everything. Because I don't even think I've ever even bought an account. I don't remember why I switched. Like, I feel like something happened. The reason why I did that, I just can't remember what. I can borrow you my Rise email. Nice. Husk loves kitties. Not good to use. That's a pretty good one, Fish Lips. Husk loves kitties. Uh-oh, did my live shut down? No. I have to like check this TikTok live sometimes. This thing will shut down. Like I said, I'm not interested in the longs unless we get back above 20s. We got to get back above that pivot. Or we got to lose the 85s. Hopefully no one's getting chopped up today. I kind of had that feeling today was going to be one of those like survival days. Just try to survive without blowing anything up. You got your 50 points. Nice. I missed the whole move this morning, Java. Once we missed it, we were just like, screw it. We missed it, and I wasn't going to try to chase it. We may come back and try to get a NVIDIA trade this evening. We bought a 90% account to possibly send full send on NVIDIA. But we may only do one account though, instead of, I have two, but I don't want to take a chance of losing them both. Get wrecked. A lot of days when it gets like this, man, a lot of times you find yourself getting in trouble with days like this. Some days it's just best to sit on the sidelines. And I think that's what we're going to do. I mean, I don't know. I wanted to find one more trade, but even though some of my take profits are kind of small, but I'd rather just... When we only took one funded a trade today, and that was for $60. I was hoping to have my other funded back by now, but I'm hoping the time I get it back, we'll need less than $1,000 on this account. Then we'll have two accounts within $1,000 together. I want to say my Apex funded, they're also probably within 1,000 to 600, not 1,000 to 600, probably what, 800 or so, I think, for payout with those. But I'm bad about breaking APEC rules, so lately I've been just super focused on my Bewley because Bewley doesn't care too much about the rules except for that 40%. Then we're also working on the elusive account. We still need to make another $1,200 or $600 with the elusive account. Then I'm hoping after we're done with that elusive to get it funded, I'd really like to have a take profit trader account. I haven't really traded a lot of take profit trader. I think the last time I traded them, I got a free account. I think the last 2 accounts I've had were free and they didn't go very well. That's the only thing about those free accounts. It seems like you blow those things up easier. Let's see her. Oh my goodness. You think we're going down to 239? I think if we can lose this 285s, we might get a push. I mean, I still wouldn't mind shorting the 285s if we can get down there. And just see if we can get that little 10-point runner. You figure you got till 263 before you probably run into the bottom of the range. Did anybody lose any accounts today? Did everybody find themselves on the wrong side of the market today? These are always the worst days to trade because what happens if you miss that first initial big move and then you find yourself trying to find like another entry and you just end up getting yourself chopped up. That's usually what happens in my case a lot of times whenever we miss that first big move. No, we don't want to update our camera. Maybe? Come on. Did we finally lose that 85? Yeah, today's the... Oh, is it Apple too? I didn't know it was Apple too. Or what is AAPL? I don't know if I... Is that Apple? All right. Okay. I didn't know Apple was releasing their numbers today. I've only been just hearing about the NVIDIA numbers. Ooh, it's really hard to get short here unless you're kind of below below that 85, like a print, not a candle, because you'll get this type of price action where it just pushes down and pops. Beauty didn't extend their sale. Oh, there's in April. Oh, okay. Thanks. We will definitely be here for the Nvidia numbers. We bought a 50% or 90% eval yesterday just to probably send for the Nvidia numbers. Just one though. See if we can get the right side. I want to say Methodical Man told me the last few times that there hasn't been much of a wick on Nvidia, that it's just been straight up. I want to say they were 75. I don't know what they are now, Solo, so I don't know if they've changed it since that sale ended. Or maybe the sale extended past the 90% off. I don't know. I haven't really seen much of an update today. But I know the 90% ended last night. So last night, I mean, hopefully they'll have another one eventually. But, you know, a lot of times after they do a 90, they'll go back down to 75, 80. Then you probably won't see a little 90 for a minute. We haven't seen 90, 91% off Bulenox in a long time either. They've been doing like those weird numbers like 89% or 79%, or just they've been doing those type of weird, you know, different stuff. To the moon. All right, we still got about 1 minute left on this 5 minute. I'm only gonna probably stay on here till 11:30 today. I have a pounding headache, and we will be back for Power Hour this evening. Oh man. Is anybody trapped in this? Is anybody long? Like you were, you know, drawn into the long somehow? Or shorts? Man, this is like the worst price action to be just trapped in. Oh, that is a good one, Fish Lips, with the Austin Powers, where you're just kind of stuck between the walls and just kind of going back and forth. I like that one. Yeah, you know, I mentioned that in the Discord this morning. It's like, man, today could just be. Okay, so you're long, Bay Bear. I do like the longs if we can get back above the 20. We get back above that pivot. I like the longs. But and we got almost equal highs up there, but that one kind of wick right above it. Where's your long entry from, Bay? We're in the alligator mouth at the moment, guys. The alligator mouth has got us. And it always feels like the first breakout of this super tight trend is the fake out. So if you see it break out here, more likely we're going back down here, than vice versa. It seems like whenever we're in this type of wedge play, that first one's a fake out. So go down here, push through, then kind of one of these deals, boom. $25 to 89. Oh. Oh my goodness. We'll hang out for a few more minutes, guys. After that, we're calling it good for the morning. This stuff is just dreadful to watch. I don't want to end up making those stupid mistakes. I'd rather just kind of just come back for the power hour and watch the fireworks at the NVIDIA. This stuff has like no movement at all. The volume is completely gone. We got that first big initial 200 point push and the market's like threw his hands up, be like, okay, we're done. No more. We're done. We'll see you at 320 for the NVIDIA numbers. And I feel like that's what the market's telling us. Either that or after the lunch hour, you're going to get a big old pop. You ever see that in the morning times? We get that one big move. The rest of the morning, we consolidate. Then when the lunch hour gets here, we pop. So, but it's just one of these deals. You just kind of have to sit around and wait for that to happen. Oh, goodness. It's putting me asleep. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm going to buy even if it does push down here, we're just going to sit here and watch. There's just no way I'm going to buy this first breakout, no matter which way this thing goes. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, I'm probably going to have to wait another week before we can trade our other funded account. Oh, is this the break? Come on. Go for Bay. Bay, what's your target you're looking for? Or when were you long? You're long at 289? Okay. Let's go. We use prop firms, Joe. Let's get a print above the 300 here. So you pay for evaluations, then you pay for funded accounts, and if you pass the funded account, you collect the money. Here we go. Here's that first breakout. Like I said, don't like the longs unless we're above the 20. So like I just requested a payout from Bulanox last Friday of 1,030. But unfortunately, we probably won't get it this week because I used the wrong email. So I may have to resubmit another one. I'm not sure. They emailed me a while ago. That's what I was saying. Give me a minute. I was trying to email them back because, like I said, I use my primary email that I use on everything, and I didn't realize that my Bulanox account wasn't under that email. I did realize it the other day when I went back and looked at it. I was like, man, I hope that doesn't bother. And it did, because that email was listed under another account that I don't think I ever even used it. And it's been a couple years, so I can't remember why I even did that. So I don't know. I don't know if I forgot the password or username or what. I just do not remember. Uh-oh. Bay went in deep, man. 415. Would you go in a mini? Yeah, 20 points. You had to go in a mini. See if we get some volume here. Let's get above this pivot here. Got to get above the 20s here. Let's see. So you tried it on the PA up here, Solo? Yeah, I guess Bay in the TikTok lobby, he said he got long at 89. He was long on a mini for 20 points, so. Ooh, nice. Oh, is there the VWAP is sitting here where we're bouncing to? I didn't know if this first push would be the fake out. I wouldn't mind finding another 10-point trade with a runner, or even just 3 micro trade looking for 60 to 100 bucks. I'm on a 25K, so there's no way I can go in with a mini. My mini would just get me, my 25K would get wrecked with elusive trying to trade a mini. So we got to stay small, and I only got to make 1,200 bucks on that account. So we're going to keep it small. Yeah, Fishlips put a funny little meme in the Discord, Solo, where it shows Austin Powers when he's trapped in a tunnel. He's in the golf cart just going, just kind of going back and forth. I'm just going to hold to my levels today, Bay. I like the shorts below the 85 and the longs above 20 here. And I want to see a print below 20, not a little wick. Oh, goodness. Now, was that the fake out? Remember I was saying that sometimes we get the fake out up through these wedges like this? Yeah, prop firm is Elusive is one of the prop firms. I'm using 4 different prop. Well, let's see. Right now, 3 different prop firms. My funded accounts are with Apex and Bulanox, and I don't have a funded with Luciv. I just started trading those guys last week, and the most that I got in their account right now on an eval is 640, and I got to make 1250 to get to a funded account. So I still need to make another 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So another $600 to pass. You got to make 1250 in that account. Then after you pass, you only got to make $1,000 to request $500 payouts. You just got to keep 50% of your balance in there. Oh, that to fake out. So this is what we were talking about here. Dude, Bay's over here killing it, up 1,600. I just don't have it in me to go in that kind of heavy, Bay. We're just going to try to be patient. We're just chopping too much. You're welcome, Joe. If you had any more questions, just ask. If I have the answer, I'll try to answer. Let's see. Good thing about Luciv, you only got to pay once, so you don't have to worry about like a monthly fee. So once you pay, it's your account forever. So with some of the other prop firms, they want you to pay monthly. So if I'm able to pass after I get hopefully we can get the elusive funded. After that, I want to get a take profit trader. But I have to have it really pass within a month. If not, you got to constantly pay that monthly activation fee. So it does put a little bit more pressure on you to get it passed. Where this elusive account, you can take as long as you need to pass it. You don't have to feel rushed or, try to make that profit in a month. If you're a slow trader and you take a little longer to pass stuff. Yeah, Bay over here says I do the risky stuff. What? Oh, I didn't realize that I wasn't even paying attention. I forgot about that indicator on this chart. Let me take those off because I don't really use those. Like I said, forgot about it. Why is that on there? There we go. Thanks. I don't know why I haven't noticed that on there. I must have had to switch charts or something. Let's see. What is different with that one? Oh, lines. Five seconds left on this. Do we blast the pivot here? We got a pivot sitting at the 20 level here. Yeah, those colored candles were a inside bar candles. Brand new 5-minute candle, so it's going to take a minute. Push. Next resistance above 20 here is going to be your 40. Only A+ setups. Nice. All right, just broke the 20 finally. Hopefully that we can print right here above 20, find resistance above this pivot area, then look for a 40 push. Oh, man. Nice solo. Two minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Yeah, it broke to the upside of the wedge. We're just kind of waiting for us to print above the 20 here. Trying to be patient and wait and see if we can just print, then get a little retest of the pivot, then look for a possible long. But we could run into resistance up there at the 40s. Minute 30 seconds left. I almost feel like it's just going to be a struggle just to get 10 points. One minute. And wherever that wick prints, that will probably be our stop loss because, like I said, I don't want it back below the pivot here at the 20 level. $25 seconds. Oh, is it going to print below the level? Come on. $10 seconds. Man. Not really what I wanted to see. We're only going to be in this trade for 5 points. This way, if it comes back and stops us out, it comes back and stops us out. Because like I said, that 20 is my line in the sand. 2021 is the line in the sand here. 20 retests. Yeah, looks like we want to lose to 20. Come on, hold up 20. It's trying to hold up. Oh, shit. It's losing it. Looks like we're about to lose to 20. All right. We're pretty much back at 0. All right, guys. We're going to call it good there. Like I said, we gave it one try to see if we could stay above the 20. So that's why we kept a super tight stop loss. It still could go up. Right now, we're just around that pivot area at the 21. And if we get through the 40s, it definitely should get the push. All right, so we're pretty much just back to break even on the Lucif account. Now that I'm out of it, it'll probably go. It'll be like to the moon. I'm going to probably do a pretty deep all-in trade for the NVIDIA numbers this evening, Bay. With one of my 90% evals from Bewley. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, we'll be back 3 o'clock today. Like I said, hopefully most of you guys survived today. We were being super cautious. We have no desire to get chopped up today. So, like I said, you could possibly still go here. That pivot is my long bias. Now that I'm out of it, it's probably going to go to the moon here. That would be Eastern time. I try to just say Eastern time. But I do live in Central time, so I want to say Eastern time. I think the market closes at 4, and the NVIDIA numbers aren't until 4:20, or after 4 o'clock. All right, so all this profit that we made on these 2 evals are from last night. We only made $65 in the funded, and we're pretty much just back to break even on the Lucif account. We're still up $600, but pretty much back to break even. Still chopping that pivot. So what it is, that 21 there is a pivot right there. Man, you're about to have a new candle on top of the pivot. Posy, you still looking for the sell-off? One second left. It's still just chopping, man. It still just cannot follow through. This is where you just disconnect and walk away. At least for myself. Nope. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we will be back this evening.